Swiss 137, gate Alpha 7, request pushback.
Swiss 137, Zurich apron, hold position for traffic.
Hold position Swiss 137.
Swiss 137, Zurich apron, pushback and engine start approved, face east.
Pushback and engine start approved, face east Swiss 137.
Hello Captain, we are ready for pushback. Departure checks completed. Bypass pin inserted. Locking gear. Release parking brakes, please. Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at wheel.
All aircraft be advised information Oscar now current, QNH 1021.
Please set parking brakes. Unlocking gear. Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed. Left is clear. Right is clear.
Swiss 137, wind check.
Wind 360 at tree.
Swiss 137, ready to taxi to the active.
Swiss 137, runway 28 taxi via inner Alpha Alpha 1.
Runway 28 taxi via inner, Alpha Alpha 1 Swiss 137.
The cabin is now secure for takeoff.
Swiss 137, contact Zurich Tower 118.1.
Over to Tower 118.1, Swiss 137, bye-bye. Swiss 137, holding short, runway 28.
Swiss 137 Zurich Tower, wind 360 at tree, fly heading 270, runway 28, cleared for takeoff.
Fly heading 270, runway 28, cleared for takeoff, Swiss 137.
Austrian 55 Charlie, wind 360 at 3, runway 14 cleared to land.
Runway 14 cleared to land, Austrian 55 Charlie.
Swiss 137, contact Zurich departure 125.955.
Contact Zurich departure 125.955, Swiss 137. Zurich departure, Swiss 137, 2,500 feet.
Swiss 137, Zurich departure identified, cleared, direct flow 23, resume the Vebit for whiskey. Climb to flight level 180.
Cleared direct Clo 23, resume the Vebit for whiskey. Climb to flight level 180, Swiss 137.
Air Portugal 9 Hotel Zulu, contact Geneva radar 125.55.
Center on 125.55, Air Portugal 9 Hotel Zulu.
Swiss 137, contact Zurich radar 126.225. Have a good afternoon.
Center on 126.225, Swiss 137. Zurich radar, Swiss 137. Good afternoon, crossing flight level 157 for flight level 180.
Swiss 137 Zurich radar identified, climb to flight level 370.
Climb to flight level 370, Swiss 137.
Zurich radar, Eurowings 1 Tango Kilo, flight level 283.
Eurowings 1 Tango Kilo, Zurich radar, radar contact. Continue climb to flight level 370.
Continue climb to flight level 370, Eurowings 1 Tango Kilo.
Zurich radar, Ryanair 22, Lima Lima, flight level 451.
Ryanair 22, Lima Lima, Zurich radar, identified. Continue descent to flight level 370.
Continue descent to flight level 370, Ryanair 22, Lima Lima.
Zurich radar, Alpine 35 Bravo Charlie, flight level 2901.
Alpine 35 Bravo Charlie, Zurich radar, radar contact. Austrian 575, descend to flight level 100.
Descend to flight level 100, Austrian 575.
Eiger 630, contact Milan radar 124.925, bye-bye.
Center on 124.925, Eiger 630.
Ryanair 76 November Foxtrot, contact Milan radar 124.925.
Contact Milan radar 124.925, Ryanair 76 November Foxtrot, have a good afternoon.
Zurich radar, Beeline 5, Lima November, good afternoon, flight level 164.
Beeline 5 Lima November, Zurich radar. Good afternoon, radar contact. Climb to flight level 360.
Climb to flight level 360, Beeline 5, Lima November.
137, contact Milan radar 124.925.
Center on 124.925, Swiss 137. Milan radar, Swiss 137, flight level 370.
Swiss 137, Milan radar identified.
Milan radar, Oman Air 153 Heavy, flight level 379er.
Oman Air 153 Heavy, Milan radar identified.
Milan radar Ilangeni 52 Alpha, flight level 223.
Elangeni 52 Alpha, Milan radar identified. Climb to flight level 330.
Climb to flight level 330, Elangeni 52 Alpha.
Oscar Kilo, contact Zurich radar 126.225.
Center on 126.225, 2 Cook Oscar Kilo. Milan radar, Easy 20 Quebec uniform. Good evening, flight level 370.
Easy 20 Quebec uniform, Milan radar identified. Speedbird 677, contact Vienna Center 124.4, bye-bye.
Contact Vienna Center 12 for decimal 4, Speedbird 677.
Milan radar, Swiss 31 Golf, flight level 356.
Swiss 31 Golf, Milan radar, radar contact.
Milan radar, Swiss 181 heavy, flight level 279er.
Swiss 181 heavy, Milan radar, radar contact. Ryanair 76 November Foxtrot, contact Milano approach 135.075.
Contact Milano approach 135.075, Ryanair 76 November Foxtrot.
Wizz Malta 981, contact Swiss radar 126.35, bye-bye. Center on 126.35, Wizz Malta 981, have a good evening. Top Swiss 29 Delta Tango, contact Zagreb radar 124.85.
Center on 124.85, Top Swiss 29 Delta Tango.
Luxair 65 Romeo Milan radar, expect Zibiltree Alpha, runway 16 left.
Expect Zibiltree Alpha, runway 16 left, Luxair 65 Romeo.
Alpine 642 Golf, contact Rome radar 131.1, bye-bye.
Center on 131.1, Alpine 642 Golf.
Milan radar, Itaro 325, flight level 390.
It Arrow 325, Milan radar identified. Milan Radar, Adel, V68 Heavy, good evening, flight level 333. Adel V68 Heavy, Milan Radar identified, continue climb to flight level 340. Continue climb to flight level 340, Adel V68 Heavy. Luxair 65 Romeo, Sibyl 3 Alpha, runway 16 left, report ready for descent.
Sibyl 3 Alpha, runway 16 left, ready for descent, Luxair 65 Romeo.
Luxair 65 Romeo, descend to flight level 200.
Descend to flight level 200, Luxair 65 Romeo.
Fraction 805 Papa, contact Zurich Radar 126.225. Center on 126.225, fraction 805 Papa. Oman Air 153 Heavy, Milan Radar, expect Calip 3 Golf, runway 1 for dish.
Expect Calip 3 Golf, runway 14, Oman Air 153 Heavy.
Luxair 65 Romeo, contact Rome Radar 131.1, bye-bye.
Contact Rome Radar 131.1, Luxair 65 Romeo.
Milan Radar, Eurowings for Alpha November, good evening, flight level 370. Eurowings for Alpha November, Milan Radar, radar contact. Itaro 433, Milan Radar, expect right up 3 Alpha, runway 16 left.
Expect right up 3 Alpha, runway 16 left, Itaro 433.
Swiss 137, Milan Radar, expect Sibyl 3 Alpha, runway 16 left.
Expect Sibyl 3 Alpha, runway 16 left, Swiss 137.
Milan Radar, top Swiss 70 Foxtrot, Quebec, good evening, flight level 226.
Top Swiss 70 Foxtrot, Quebec, Milan Radar, good evening, identified climb to flight level 330.
Climb to flight level 330, top Swiss 70 Foxtrot, Quebec.
Swiss 31 Golf, Milan Radar, expect Calip 3 Golf, runway 14 Mach. Expect Calip 3 Golf, runway 14, Swiss 31 Golf. Swiss 137, contact Rome radar 131.1.
Contact Rome radar 131.1, Swiss 137, have a good evening. Rome radar, Swiss 137, good evening, flight level 370.
Swiss 137, Rome radar identified. China Eastern 787 Heavy, contact Roma, arrivals 125.5.
Contact Roma, arrivals 125.5, China Eastern 787 Heavy.
Swiss 137, Zibil 3 Alpha, runway 16 left. Report ready for descent.
Siebel Tree Alpha, runway 16 left, ready for descent, Swiss 137.
Swiss 137, descend to flight level 200.
Descend to flight level 200, Swiss 137.
Shamrock 40 Romeo, contact Roma, arrivals 125.5.
Contact Roma, arrivals 125.5, Shamrock 40 Romeo.
Roma radar, Tunair 701, flight level 370.
Tunair 701, Rome radar identified.
Rome radar, hit arrow 204, flight level 336.
Itaro 204, Rome radar, good evening, identified, continue climb to flight level 370.
Continue climb to flight level 370, hit arrow 204.
Alpine 13 Alpha Yankee, descend to flight level 170.
Descent to flight level 170, Alpine 13 Alpha Yankee.
Itaro 1701, Rome radar, expect Oxuta 1 Quebec, runway 08.
Expect Oxuta 1 Quebec, runway 08, hit arrow 1701.
Rome radar, Ryanair 5 X-ray, flight level 149er.
Ryanair 5 X-ray, Rome radar, good evening, radar contact, climb to flight level 370.
Climb to flight level 370, Ryanair 5 X-ray.
Alpine 1-3 Alpha Yankee, descend to flight level 110.
Descent to flight level 110, Alpine 13, Alpha Yankee.
Itaro 1701, Yokshuta 1 Quebec, runway 08. Report ready for descent.
Yokshuta 1 Quebec, runway 08, ready for descent. Itaro 1701.
Itaro 1701, descend to flight level 190.
Descend to flight level 190, hit arrow 1701.
Alpine 13 Alpha Yankee, contact Roma arrivals 125.5.
Contact Roma arrivals 125.5, Alpine 13, Alpha Yankee.
Swiss 137, descend to flight level 170.
Descend to flight level 170, Swiss 137.
Ryanair 2 Yankee Charlie, Rome radar, expect me Battery Hotel, runway 17 left.
Expect me Battery Hotel, runway 17 left, Ryanair 2 Yankee Charlie.
Volotea 1409, Rome radar, expect Giano 2 Echo, runway 07.
Expect Giano 2 Echo, runway 07, Volotea 1409.
Swiss 137, descend to flight level 110.
Descend to flight level 110, Swiss 137.
Volotea 1409, descend to 3,500 feet, QNH 1013.
Descend to 3,500 feet, QNH 1013, Volotea 1409.
Ryanair 2 Yankee Charlie, contact Padova, control 13 for decimal 3.
Center on 13 for decimal 3, Ryanair 2 Yankee Charlie.
Volotea 13 X-ray Alpha, Rome radar, expect Lomet 2 Romeo, runway 12.
Expect Lomet 2 Romeo, runway 12, Volotea 13 X-ray Alpha.
Volotea 13 X-ray Alpha, Lom 2 Romeo, runway 12. Report ready for descent.
Lomet 2 Romeo, runway 12, ready for descent, Volotea 13 X-ray Alpha.
Volotea 13 X-ray Alpha, descend to 2,500 feet, QNH 1014.
Descend to 2,500 feet, Volotea 13 X-ray Alpha.
Ryanair 38, Rome radar, expect Gerbu 2 Alpha, runway 22.
Expect Gerbu 2 Alpha, runway 22, Ryanair 38.
Swiss 137, contact Roma arrivals 125.5.
Contact Roma arrivals 125.5, Swiss 137. Roma arrivals, Swiss 137, flight level 154, we have Bravo on board.
Swiss 137, Roma arrivals, QNH 101 for expect the ILS Whiskey, runway 16 left with the Subok transition.
QNH 101 for expect the ILS Whiskey, runway 16 left with the Suvok transition, Swiss 137.
Roma arrivals at Arrow 1684. Good evening. Flight level 139. We have Bravo on board.
Arrow 168 for a Roma arrivals, QNH 101 for a expect the ILS Whiskey runway 16 left with the Exama transition.
China 101 for expect the ILS Whiskey runway 16 left with the Exama transition. Hit Arrow 1684.
China, Eastern 787, heavy contact Fium Tower 127.625.
Over to Tower 127.625, China Eastern 787 Heavy. Have a good evening.
Swiss 137, descend to flight level 090.
Descend to flight level 090, Swiss 137.
Shamrock 40 Romeo, contact Fiume Tower 127.625. Have a good evening.
Contact Tower 127.625, Shamrock 40 Romeo.
Itaro 2097, turn left heading 280.
Turn left heading 280, Itaro 2097.
Arrow 2097, 8 miles from Oxeru. Turn left, heading 1905, maintain 2,500 feet until established. Cleared, ILS Whiskey runway 16 left.
Turn left, heading 1905, 2,500 feet until established. Cleared, ILS Whiskey runway 16 left at Arrow 2097.
Alpine 13 Alpha Yankee, descend to 6,000 feet, QNH 1014.
Descent to 6,000 feet, QNH 1014, Alpine 13 Alpha Yankee.
Roma arrivals, Air Connect 719 November, flight level 108 with information Bravo.
Air Connect 719 November, Roma arrivals, QNH 101 for expect the ILS Whiskey runway 16 left with the Exama transition.
QNH 1014, expect the ILS Whiskey runway 16 left with the Exama transition, Air Connect 719 November.
Air Connect 719 November, descend to 4,000 feet, QNH 1014.
Descend to 4,000 feet, QNH 1014, Air Connect 719 November.
Alpine 13 Alpha Yankee, descend to 4,000 feet.
Descend to 4,000 feet, Alpine 13 Alpha Yankee.
Alpine 13 Alpha Yankee, cleared direct Suvok, cross Suvok at or above 4,000 feet, cleared ILS Whiskey runway 16 left.
Cleared direct Suvok, cross Suvok at or above 4,000 feet, cleared ILS Whiskey runway 16 left, Alpine 13 Alpha Yankee.
Air Connect 719 November, cleared direct Exama, cross Exama at or above 4,000 feet, cleared ILS Whiskey runway 16 left.
Cleared direct Exama, cross Exama at or above 4,000 feet, cleared ILS Whiskey runway 16 left, Air Connect 719 November.
Roma arrivals, Luxair 65 Romeo. Good evening, flight level 141, we have Bravo on board.
Luxair 65 Romeo Roma arrivals, QNH 1014, expect the ILS Whiskey runway 16 left with the Suvok transition.
QNH 114, expect the ILS Whiskey runway 16 left with the Suvok transition, Luxair 65 Romeo.
Roma arrivals, Shamrock 40 Romeo. Good evening, 2,700 feet.
Shamrock 40 Romeo, welcome back. Continue.
Continue Shamrock 40 Romeo.
Itaro 2097, contact Fiume Tower 127.625, bye-bye.
Contact Tower 127.625, Itaro 2097.
Shamrock 40 Romeo, turn left, heading 075.
Turn left, heading 075, Shamrock 40 Romeo.
Swiss 137, descend to 6,000 feet, QNH 1014.
Descend to 6,000 feet, QNH 1014, Swiss 137.
Roma arrivals, Itaro 204, flight level 220 with information Bravo.
Itaro 204 Roma arrivals, QNH 1014, expect the ILS Whiskey runway 16 left with the Suvok transition.
QNH 1014, expect the ILS Whiskey runway 16 left with the Suvok transition, Itaro 204.
Itaro 204, descend to flight level 090.
Descend to flight level 090, Itaro 204.
Shamrock 40 Romeo, turn left, heading 345. Expect further clearance in about 27 miles.
Turn left, heading 345, Shamrock 40 Romeo.
Swiss 137, descend to 4,000 feet.
Descend to 4,000 feet, Swiss 137.
Swiss 137, cleared direct Suvok, cross Suvok at or above 4,000 feet, cleared ILS Whiskey runway 16 left.
Cleared direct Suvok, cross Suvok at or above 4,000 feet, cleared ILS Whiskey runway 16 left, Swiss 137.
Itaro 204, descend to 4,000 feet, QNH 1014.
Descend to 4,000 feet, QNH 1014, Itaro 204.
Itaro 204, cleared direct Suvok, cross Suvok at or above 4,000 feet, cleared ILS Whiskey runway 16 left.
Cleared direct Suvok, cross Suvok at or above 4,000 feet. Cleared ILS Whiskey runway 16 left, hit arrow 204.
Air Serbia 67 Bravo. Contact Fium Tower 127.625. Bye-bye.
Over to Tower 127.625, Air Serbia 67 Bravo.
Luxair 65 Romeo, descend to flight level 090.
Descend to flight level 090, Luxair 65 Romeo.
Alpine 13 Alpha Yankee, contact Fium Tower 127.625.
Contact Tower 127.625, Alpine 13 Alpha Yankee.
All aircraft be advised, information Charlie now current QNH 1014. Hidaro 1684, cleared direct exama, cross exama at or above 4,000 feet, cleared ILS Whiskey runway 16 left.
Cleared direct exama, cross exama at or above 4,000 feet, cleared ILS Whiskey runway 16 left, Hidaro 1684.
Swiss 137 established on final approach.
Swiss 137, roger. Swiss 137, contact Fium Tower 127.625. Have a good evening.
Over to Tower 127.625, Swiss 137, bye-bye. Fium Tower, Swiss 137, ILS Whiskey runway 16 left.
Swiss 137 Fiume Tower, continue.
Roger, Swiss 137.
Alpine 13 Alpha Yankee, monitor ground 122.125.
Ground 122.125. Alpine 13 Alpha Yankee.
Swiss 137, wind 080 at 9, runway 16 left, cleared to land.
Runway 16 left, cleared to land, Swiss 137.
Fiumicino Tower, Itaro 1684, ILS Whiskey runway 16 left.
Itaro 1684, Fiumicino Tower, continue.
Roger, Itaro 1684.
20, retard. Retard.
Swiss 137, exit right at Delta Hotel.
Exit right at Delta Hotel, Swiss 137.
Itaro 1684A, wind 080 at 9, runway 16 left, cleared to land.
Runway 16 left, cleared to land, Itaro 1684.
Swiss 137, contact ground 122.125.
Ground 122.125, Swiss 137. Have a good evening. Swiss 137, request taxi to assigned gate.
Swiss 137, gate 407, taxi via Delta Golf, Delta, Echo Golf, Hotel, November Golf.
Gate 407 via Delta Golf, Delta Echo Golf, Hotel, November Golf, Swiss 137.
Itaro 1595, contact Fiumicino Tower 127.625.
Contact Tower 127.625, Itaro 1595, bye-bye.
Arrow 1684, ramp 225, taxi via Delta Hotel, Delta, Echo Golf, Echo Foxtrot, Echo Delta.
Ramp 225 via Delta Hotel, Delta, Echo Golf, Echo Foxtrot, Echo Delta, Arrow 1684.
Shamrock 40 Romeo, gate 611 taxi via Delta Hotel, Delta, November, Bravo, Romeo.
Gate 611 via Delta Hotel, Delta, November, Bravo, Romeo, Shamrock 40 Romeo.
Lufthansa to Yankee Foxtrot at gate 404, request pushback and engine start.
Lufthansa to Yankee Foxtrot, Fiume ground, pushback approved. Face northeast.
Pushback and engine start approved, face northeast, Lufthansa to Yankee Foxtrot.
Luxair 65 Romeo, gate 307 taxi via Delta Hotel. Delta, Echo Golf Hotel.
Gate 307 via Delta Hotel, Delta Echo Golf Hotel, Luxair 65 Romeo.
VZ Malta 7 Bravo Bravo at gate 610, request pushback.
Wids Malta 7 Bravo Bravo, Fiume ground, pushback approved. Face south.
Pushback approved, face south, with Malta 7 Bravo Bravo.
Lufthansa to Yankee Foxtrot, ready to taxi to the active.
Lufthansa to Yankee Foxtrot, runway 25 taxi via November Zulu, Golf, November Golf, November, Bravo, Bravo Bravo.
Runway 25 taxi via November Zulu, Golf, November Golf, November, Bravo Bravo Bravo, Lufthansa to Yankee Foxtrot.
With Malta 7 Bravo Bravo, request taxi.
With Malta 7 Bravo Bravo, runway 25 taxi via Romeo, Hotel Delta, November, Bravo, Bravo Bravo.
Runway 25 taxi via Romeo, Hotel Delta, November, Bravo Bravo Bravo, with Malta 7 Bravo Bravo.
With Malta 7 Bravo Bravo, hold position for traffic.
Hold position for traffic, with Malta 7 Bravo Bravo.
With Malta 7 Bravo Bravo, continue taxi.
Continue taxi with Malta 7 Bravo Bravo.
Lufthansa to Yankee Foxtrot. Contact Fiume Tower 127.625.
Over to Tower 127.625, Lufthansa to Yankee Foxtrot.
With Malta 7 Bravo Bravo. Contact Fiume Tower 127.625. Have a good evening.
Contact Tower 127.625 with Malta 7 Bravo Bravo.
Heston 17 Sierra Whiskey. At gate 528, request pushback and engine start.
Heston 17 Sierra Whiskey. Fiume ground. Pushback approved. Face northwest.
Pushback and engine start approved. Face northwest. Heston 17 Sierra Whiskey.
Aero Italia 311 Lema. Ramp 238 taxi via Delta Delta. Delta Echo. Delta. Echo Golf. Echo Foxtrot. Echo Delta.
Ramp 238 via Delta Delta. Delta Echo. Delta Echo Golf. Echo Foxtrot. Echo Delta. Aero Italia 311 Lima.
Ryanair 50 Golf Yankee at ramp 323, request pushback.
Ryanair 50 Golf Yankee. Fiume ground. Pushback approved. Face northwest.
Pushback and engine start approved. Face northwest. Ryanair 50 Golf Yankee. Air China 940 Heavy, gate 608, request pushback and engine start.
Air China 940 Heavy. Fiume ground. Pushback and engine start approved. Face west.
Pushback approved. Face west, Air China 940 Heavy.
Heston 17 Sierra Whiskey. Request taxi to the active.
Heston 17 Sierra Whiskey. Runway 25 taxi via Hotel November Golf. November. Bravo. Bravo, Bravo.